Well, in a move that really should be surprising, kind of like earth-shatteringly stupid, but realistically isn't surprising at all, considering the source of who it's coming from and the organization involved. Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Khan put out a statement today stating that both Doug Marrone, the head coach, and David Caldwell, the general manager, will be back in the fold for 2020. Is losing okay? Like, I think that's a valid question, isn't it, for Shad Khan? Is losing okay? Is it? Because if I was a Jaguars fan, I would look at both of these decisions to retain the head coach and retain the general manager as indications that losing is just fine with you and you don't care. You either A, care more about being loyal to guys that kiss your ass, or maybe they're deep down marks for your son's freaking all-elite wrestling show, or B, you're too damn cheap to want to pay out the last year or two of contract to two guys that don't deserve to have their damn jobs anymore, but you don't want to pay them for not being in the building. This makes absolutely no sense. And Jaguars fans, all 300 of them, should be pitchforks and torches lit, pissed at Shad Khan for the sheer stupidity of this decision. Help me understand this. Doug Marrone, the guy that got himself out of Syracuse, got himself a job with the Buffalo Bills, talked his way into personnel power to only then 2 years later talk himself out of a job, to then come in and be an assistant under Gus Bradley to basically undercut Gus Bradley, say, I could do the job better than him, then gets the job. This guy, this snake oil salesman, this snake in the grass, is the one that you want to continue having lead your organization. Did you not learn anything from the past 2 seasons? Like, are you going to hold on to the delusion of 2017 forever? Great. You won a playoff game. Great. Even better. You won 2 playoff games. And you did that with an elite defense and a quarterback that stunk. Well, guess what, a-hole? You still didn't win a Super Bowl. You still didn't end up even making it to the Super Bowl. And the next 2 seasons, you've absolutely sucked. What is it, Shad Khan? Is it the fact that you like 5-11 and 6-10 seasons? Because apparently, based off of your history, you clearly are okay with it. And you clearly do not care. Because that's what you've gotten the last 2 years out of Doug Marrone coached teams. It's went so poorly that you had to trade away a top 5 pick from the 2016 draft that was an integral part of what you did when you actually enjoyed a little bit of success in 2017. 2 years later, you're having to trade him away. You want to know the real reason why? Contract my ass. It was because the people you put in charge of the organization don't know how to handle people. And ultimately, Jalen Ramsey didn't want to play for Doug freaking Marrone. So you have to trade away a former top 5 pick, an all-pro level type of guy, for 2 future round picks, first round picks, that are probably in no way, shape, or form are going to get up to that number 5 overall pick level. That's not something successful teams do. And then what makes it so stunning to me is 1 winning season in 3 years, you decide you want another one. Why? Because they beat the Colts in Week 17. If you're basing your decision on a Doug Marrone based off of effort level and performance in Week 17 of yet another lost Jaguars season, that indicates that, Shad Khan, you are the number 1 problem with this organization, which should be obvious to everybody involved now. Shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? This doesn't even bring us to David Caldwell. The same guy that in his first draft in Jacksonville in 2013 took Luke Joeckel, number 2 overall. Remember that? Luke Joeckel. How'd that draft work out? Then the next year, at pick number 3, in a move that blindsided everybody based off of its sheer stupidity, similar to the levels of taking Trubisky at number 2 overall in 2018 and actually during 2017 and actually trading up from 3 to 2 to do it when there was no reason to do so. Then Jaguars at number 3 take Blake Bortles. And where's he at now? So David Caldwell, the same David Caldwell, who got his first head coach wrong in Gus Bradley, clearly got his second head coach wrong in Doug Marrone, and oh, by the way, got an ass wrong with Blake Bortles, and then to follow it up, this organization decided they're going to bring in Nick Foles and pay him above market for the contract because they want to make sure there's no question. Well, guess what? You bring him in week 1, he gets hurt, and then we're talking about Minshew magic. So the guy has screwed up a head coach multiple times, quarterback multiple times. You had so little faith in him, Shad Khan, as your general manager running the ship, that you brought in Tom Coughlin's ass, that you have now fired Tom Coughlin. But somehow, after one playoff appearance in 7 seasons, one playoff appearance amidst a bunch of other mediocrity and flat-out suck, you've decided that you want a little bit more of that David Caldwell deserves an 8th year. Wow. You've seen coaches accomplish far more than Doug Marrone don't get this level of benefit of the doubt. And you certainly have seen general managers who have accomplished more in their times running the ship of teams that don't get nearly the amount of breaks or chances that a David freaking Caldwell does. One playoff appearance in 7 years. You didn't trust him, so you brought in Tom Coughlin because you didn't trust him. You fired Tom Coughlin. But yet somehow, freaking David Caldwell, who screwed up at your head coach position twice, your quarterback twice, you want to give him another year. How does this make any damn sense? So again, if you're a Jags fan, you have to look at Shad Khan and say, is losing okay? Because these types of decisions are only made by people that are comfortable with losing, and more importantly of all, when it comes to the scope of the NFL, losers. And as an NFL owner, Shad Khan clearly has indicated, based off of what he said today, that he's okay with being a loser.